Hello guys, I'm here for my Survivor Series 1993 review. This is the review number 7 in the Survivor Series review series. This is Thanksgiving Eve, 1993, and it's from the Boston Garden in Boston, Massachusetts. This building is now the TD Bankworth Garden, I believe, in Boston. It's also the site of the 2008 Royal Rumble. This building, I believe, was also the site of the 2003 Royal Rumble. It was the site of the 2008 Survivor Series. So, yeah. We returned to primarily the same format as in 91, where we had 5 matches, 4 of which were Survivor Series elimination matches, and a very random inclusion for this pay-per-view, for this show, but I'll get to that. Our first match of the night was the team that was captained by Razor Ramon, which consisted of Razor Ramon, the 1-2-3 Kid, Marty, Jannetty, and the Macho Man Randy Savage, filling in for Mr. Perfect, who I think had left the company briefly at this time or something. And they were taking on the team that was captained by I.R.S, consisting of I.R.S, Diesel, Rick Martel, and Adam Bomb. A decent little match here. Diesel's the first man eliminated after a Savage elbow. Savage is eliminated when he's distracted by Crush. Razor Ramon defeats I.R.S with the Razor's Edge and eliminates I.R.S. When Razor's about to eliminate Martel with the Razor's Edge, I.R.S comes back in and cracks Razor with the briefcase, which leads to Razor Ramon being counted out, thus leaving it a normal tag match with Jannetty and the Kid versus the Rick Martel and Adam Bomb. 1-2-3 Kid pins Rick Martel to eliminate Martel, and Jannetty eliminates Adam Bomb to eliminate Adam Bomb, making the survivors of this match the 1-2-3 Kid and Marty Jannetty. Decent match here, 2.5 stars, I'd say, so it's an average, it's around average, 2.5 stars. Our next match was the Family Feud match, a match that quite frankly probably should have been a bit higher on the card, given to what it was helping set up at the end, but it was the Hart family. Bret Hart, Owen Hart, and their 2 brothers that were coming out of retirement, Bruce Hart and Keith Hart, with their father Stu Hart in the corner, taking on Shawn Michaels and his Knights, this is supposed to be Jerry Lawler, but I guess something came up and it was Shawn Michaels. And it was Shawn Michaels, the Blue Knight, Red Knight, and Black Knight. I know that the Blue Knight was Greg Valentine, and I know that the Red Knight was Barry Horowitz. I know the Black Knight was a wrestler, but I don't know who it was. But I do know the identities of the Blue and Red Knight. The Black Knights eliminated first, then the Red Knights eliminated, then the Blue Knights eliminated, and it's Shawn Michaels against all 4 members of the Hart family. The Hart family suffer their only elimination when, after a poke to the eye, Bret tags Owen. Owen's going into the ropes. He accidentally knocks Bret off into the security barrack, into the safety rail. Owen checks on Bret, and he gets rolled up by Michaels and gets eliminated. Michaels then gets counted out, making the survivors in this match Bret Hart, Bruce Hart, and Keith Hart. Yeah, the match as a whole is 2.5 stars, but in terms of wrestling quality, it gets a 3-star rating from me because of what it was setting up. They were foreshadowing with this after the match, probably the greatest brother versus brother feud in pro wrestling, and it led to arguably the greatest opening match at WrestleMania between Bret Hart and Owen Hart, when Owen and Bret got into this verbal altercation because Owen was blaming Bret for Owen's elimination. Now, granted, this thing would not officially kick off until the 1994 Royal Rumble, but you teased it here, and it was the right idea to do. So that's why it gets 3 stars, just because of what it was helping lead to. Next match is a random placement match, and I don't get this, why it was on this show, but it's the Smoky Mountain Wrestling Tag Team Championship. Yeah, for some reason, they wanted to push Jim Cornette's Smoky Mountain Wrestling at Survivor Series 93. As it's the champions, Rock and Roll Express, taking on the Heavenly Bodies. 2 stars here. This is an okay match. It's just weird and odd and a weird placement. Finish comes when Tom Pritchard, or when Jimmy Del Rey comes off the top with Cornette's tennis racket, and he nails one of the Rock and Roll Express in the back of the neck with it, which allows the Heavenly Bodies to win the Smoky Mountain Wrestling Tag Team Championships. 2-star match. Next match is a match that, quite frankly, I don't understand why it was in this position on the card. I think this match should have been where the Family Feud match was, and the Family Feud match should have been down here. Match before the main event. As it's the 4 Doinks, which everyone thought was going to be doinking 3 other Doinks, but it was actually Men on a Mission and the Bushwhackers dressed up as Doinks, and they were taking on the team of Bam Bam, Bigelow, Bastion, Booger, and the Headshrinkers. 4 Doinks win. Men on a Mission and the Bushwhackers, all 4 of them survive. So that's Luke Doink, Butch Doink, Mo Doink, and Mabel Doink, with Oscar Doink. This was a pure comedy match. It had, you know, banana peels, people being able to chicken carcass, turkey carcasses or stuff like that. Buckets that had confetti and stuff in it. And all that. So, it's a 1-star match. Probably the worst match on this card. So, now we come to the main event. The match that this whole thing was built to. It helped continue the Yokozuna Luger feud while also helping set up Undertaker and Yokozuna for the Royal Rumble. As it's the All-Americans, which is Lex Luger, the Undertaker, and the Steiner brothers. The Undertaker, of course, was filling in for Tatanka, who could not wrestle due to something that happened on Edition of Superstars a couple weeks before this. They're taking on the foreign Fanatics, Yokozuna, Ludvig, Borga, Quebecer, Jacques, and Crush, who is filling in for Quebecer Pierre, who could not compete due to being knocked out by Lex Luger's forearm. I don't know how Crush is foreign, since he's from Hawaii, and that's a state, but I guess in WWE's logic, since it's not part of the continental United States and the continental 48, then I guess that makes him foreign. I don't get it either. I don't really get it. 3-star match, average match. Rick Steiner's the first guy eliminated. Then the All-Americans eliminate Crush after an interference from Savage. And they eliminate Jacques after Luger's forearm shot. Foreign Fanatics in the next elimination when Ludvig Borga pins Scott Steiner. Undertaker and Yokozuna are counted out. And Luger survives by hitting Ludvig Borga with his running forearm. That was Ludvig Borga's first pinfall appearance. It was first pinfall loss. It was also his final appearance in the WWE. This was also the final appearance of Bobby the Brain Heenan in the WWE, as he would go to WCW a short time after this, as he was commentating this. And after the match, Santa Claus comes out. So 5 matches here. Maximum star rating will be 25. Rating will be in the description box. The next Survivor Series review is Survivor Series 1994, which has a very memorable spot involving Chuck Norris in it. So, like I said, all the information will be down there in the description box, what the rating will be. If you like the video, hit the like button. hit the subscribe button if you want, and if you want, leave a comment down there. And thanks for watching.